Macarena Ferreiro, a naive young woman, ends up in Cruz del Sur prison after being manipulated by her boss, who she was also having an affair with, into committing corporate fraud. Macarena is totally unprepared for prison life. She's soft, privileged, and out of her depth. Survival becomes her main focus. She quickly learns that Zulema, a cold and ruthless inmate, runs the place. Zulema sees Macarena as weak but useful. Word gets out that Zulema knows where a huge stash of stolen money is hidden. Everyone wants in, including inmates, guards, and people outside the prison. Macarena's family, especially her father and brother, get involved trying to protect her and find the hidden money. It doesn't go well. They get tangled in violence and crime. Many of the guards are corrupt or violent. Power games play out between staff and inmates, and justice is almost non-existent. By the end, Macarena is no longer the naive girl we met in episode 1. After everything, violence, betrayal, family loss, being used by guards and inmates, she starts thinking and acting like a criminal. Zulema's influence has changed her. Even though Macarena gets dragged into the escape unwillingly at first, she makes a choice to go with them, a signal that she's done playing the victim. She's stepping into survival mode, on her own terms now. Season 2 picks up right after the escape. Macarena, Zulema, Sarai, and Cassandra are fugitives. They're all after one thing: the stolen money Zulema hid before prison, over 9 million euros. But alliances fall apart quickly. Early on, Cassandra is killed in a shootout with police. It's the first big death of the season and sets the tone. No one is safe. This season is all about Macarena and Zulema clashing. Zulema sees Macarena as a threat and tries to manipulate or eliminate her. But Macarena keeps growing stronger. More strategic and less trusting, Zulema wants the money for herself and will double-cross anyone to get it, including Sarai and Macarena. Her family suffers badly this season. Her father is dead. Her brother Roman is being hunted. Her mother is desperate. The criminals chasing the money, like Egyptian gangster Hanbal Hamadi, Zulema's ex-fiancé and a ruthless killer, start targeting them directly. Roman and the mom end up in danger multiple times as they try to help Macarena while staying out of the crosshairs of Hamadi and the police. Most of Season 2 revolves around finding and claiming the money, which Zulema hid in a cemetery. Macarena figures out part of the secret and eventually beats Zulema to it, but that only makes things worse. Hamadi finds out, hunts them down, and things get bloody. Zulema's betrayal leads to a major showdown. Eventually, Macarena and Zulema are caught and sent back to Cruz del Sur. The escape is over, but their war continues behind bars. A new character arrives, Altagracia, the brutal head of security. She rules with violence and religious fervor. She's not corrupt like the previous staff. She's worse, sadistic and self-righteous. This makes the prison even more dangerous for Macarena, Zulema, and everyone else. By the end of Season 2, Macarena is no longer surviving. She's playing the game. She still wants out, but now she knows how the system works. She's sharper, colder, and in control of her fate, even if she's still locked up. Macarena, Zulema, Sarai, Rizos, and others are transferred to a new prison, Cruz del Norte. This place is even more dangerous than Cruz del Sur. Why? Because it's run by Chinese mobsters, specifically the Hong Kong Triad, with the prison management turning a blind eye. Violence, drugs, and human trafficking are part of daily life. Zulema starts from the bottom in this new prison, but quickly sets her sights on taking control again. She's surrounded by new enemies and doesn't trust anyone, including Macarena, her biggest rival, Akame, the ruthless leader of the Triad gang inside the prison. Zulema has to navigate this criminal underworld carefully or get crushed. Macarena suffers her worst season yet. She's raped by a prison guard, isolated and manipulated. This trauma pushes her into full mental and emotional collapse. She shuts down. She withdraws. Eventually, she slips into a coma after a brutal beating and a suicide attempt. For a large chunk of the season, Macarena is barely conscious. Her story goes quiet while others take the lead. Rizos turns into more of a freedom fighter. She sees through the triad's power structure and tries to expose the abuse happening in Cruz del Norte, but that puts her in danger. She also struggles with the emotional fallout of Macarena's breakdown and fights to hold on to her humanity amid the cruelty. Altagracia goes through one of the most surprising arcs in Season 3. Once the brutal enforcer, she starts questioning her loyalty to the system after witnessing too much injustice. She switches sides and ends up helping Zulema and the others. It's a redemption arc, but not a full one. She's still dangerous, but now she's aiming her power at the right targets. In Season 4, Macarena wakes up from her coma early in the season. She's not the same. Weaker physically, but colder and more calculating. Her trauma has changed her. She wants revenge, not redemption. She slowly regains strength, but emotionally, she's already crossed a point of no return. She's not trying to survive anymore, she's trying to win. Zulema and Macarena start off allied, but end up enemies again. Their relationship has always been love-hate. In Season 4, it's mostly hate. Both women want out. Both want control. But they're no longer compatible. Macarena doesn't want to be Zulema's shadow anymore. She wants to run her own game. By the end, their paths split in a way that feels final. Dr. Sandoval, the twisted prison director from earlier seasons, becomes the main villain. He's worse than ever, power, hungry, sadistic, and obsessed with controlling the women in Cruz del Norte. He manipulates guards, tortures inmates, and builds a reign of terror. No one is safe. He becomes the symbol of the broken system the inmates want to destroy. Altagracia goes from brutal guard to full-blown ally of the inmates. She plays a key role in the uprising against Sandoval and helps bring down the corrupt power structure. She finally uses her strength for something right. Season 4's ending isn't clean or happy. It's about consequences and evolution. Macarena gets out, but she lost parts of herself. Zulema stays behind, unchanged and unrepentant. The corrupt system collapses, at least in that prison, and the women take power, but at great cost. Critics have lauded the series for its strong performances and fast-paced narrative. Rebecca Nicholson of The Guardian described it as a tremendously silly and fantastically taut thriller that carries itself at a breathless pace. Martin Howes, from Entertainment Focus, highlighted the show's raw portrayal of prison life, stating, "This is violent, brutally so, and very graphic in its portrayal of life in a women's prison, but utterly brilliant at the same time." Season 2 in particular received high acclaim, boasting a 100% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics noted that the badass ladies in yellow face new and higher stakes in a second season, injected with an extra dose of tension, a sharp plot, and awardable performances. Viewers have echoed these sentiments, often drawing comparisons to other prison dramas. One IMDb user remarked, "Orange is the New Black has nothing on this must-watch Spanish thriller. The acting is excellent, and the character work is superb." Another viewer highlighted the show's addictive nature, stating, "This show will grab you and suck you into this world, as it's so intoxicating and tremendously captivating." Overall, Vis-a-Vis has established itself as a compelling and gritty drama that delves deep into the complexities of prison life. Its blend of suspense, well-developed characters, and unflinching storytelling has resonated with both critics and audiences alike, making it a standout series in its genre.